Welcome back. Well, the champions are here in Kine once more. I believe you all retired at the end of the last session back to your personal spaces. And there's the question of how you would like to spend your time in this period of waiting in between adventures. Does anyone want to start us off with their few days in the city? All right, let's go with Rowan. Rowan, now that you're back in your clinic in the park, the south end of Kine, you once again have a unsteady stream of patients coming in every now and then. Many of them ne'er-do-wells and transients of some sort, but they're all friendly enough and happy to have a healer who doesn't ask too many questions.
And I'd like to start socializing some of them. You know, I've been out of town a lot, and I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine who, if I'm not here, you can meet out in the garden for some help. So that'll be a thing that happens.
Yeah, so you start introducing people to your guardian tree, Hazel, who's watching over your what is now actually your property. Actually is in your care officially on paper.
Dr. Rowan, homeowner.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm getting Zoidberg vibes at the moment. Does Hazel have the capacity to actually assist people in your absence?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
It would just be basic first aid, but it's better than nothing.
Fair enough. Yeah, well, there you have it. Do you spend some of this time kind of going over treatments with her?
Mm-hmm. Let her do her residency.
She can't fit in your actual shack, right?
It's more of a warehouse, sort of like I had to imagine with like a large sliding door for
enough.
goods.
So then perhaps she can. What size is Hazel?
Large.
Okay, so then yeah, I think she wouldn't have too much difficulty. Freedom of movement might be restricted inside.
Yeah. Not going to be getting acrobatic.
Apparently she's having a dance party in the warehouse.
Yeah. At some point, though, during this, it doesn't necessarily need to be right now, but at some point during this downtime, I do want to get a little bit out of town with our wyverns.
Right. So you see to the initial wave of patients who know you're in town again, and some of whom are actually just coming out to say hi. Many of whom have untreated wounds that are looking a little nasty.
Ugh.
But
right up. Rub this berry in, it'll be
fine. Yeah, you've got a number of patients who don't understand what's happening there and are out there just rubbing berries they find on their wounds.
Not
going well.
These ones, right.
But yeah, after you see to that initial wave and you kind of leave Hazel with instructions and when to expect your return and all of that, you head out south of Kine to the rocky foothills that sweep down into the valley that approaches Calimber, and you've got all the open space you need. Now, doing this, are you procuring the wyverns from your party members as well?
That's my intent.
And
Wren would have wanted to come out with him, but kind of leaves her wyvern in Rowan's care while she tries to like scrounge out like some extra meat from like animals around the area, just so that she's not constantly like depleting the stock of anyone in town.
Absolutely. So from Wren, then I will get a survival check to acquire meat.
Perfect. She's amazing at those.
Thanks for the sub, Trini.
I'm just gonna go ahead and use my inspiration immediately on that to give myself advantage. Because I have a -1.
Smart. That worked out. Yeah. So you managed to find a couple of really, really choice, meaty boars that you're able to take down with your daggers, no problem. And by the time you're done carving off of them, you've got yourself a good 60 pounds of meat.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Rowan, what does this time with the wyverns look like?
Imagine we've got them sort of lined up on the side of a hill or a slightly elevated place. Nothing so steep like a cliff, but walk back and forth in front of them. All right, we're gonna see if we can get you guys into the air today. You're gonna, you got those wings that you keep flapping at each other, and you can use them to walk through the sky.
And you're
Just
saying
like
all this
walking.
in common?
Yeah, just like walking, but in the air. All right, now you're gonna follow my lead. All right, and I'm gonna wild shape into a giant eagle.
Very nice.
And proceed to attempt to teach them to fly while a giant eagle.
Yeah, give me an animal handling with advantage, please. I dare say a 27
It better do it.
is gonna do it. Not only do they have the natural instinct to try to catch the wind with their wings, but having you encourage them and support them and then actually take a similar shape and show them how to do it, it doesn't take long before all three of them begin catching enough air to actually come off the ground for a period and glide in your general vicinity.
Some excited eagle noises.
How long does Rowan spend doing this with them? Like, is this an all day, multiple days? Like, is it a few hours?
Well, we've got a month, so I'd probably do at least a little bit for a few days. Maybe not all day, every day, but a few hours here and there.
All right. So a few hours a day over the course of a few days, they definitely pick up enough that you're confident they would glide if they were ever in the air. They're still struggling to take flight from a standing position, but
They'll get there.
They're getting it.
They'll get there.
Yeah, we have a request for the excited eagle noises. Not bad, not bad.
I don't know how well my microphone picked that up.
I heard it pretty good. That's dark. That is dark. All right. Well, yeah, you continue on with this over the course of several days, and at the end, when you return to your cabin, you find that Hazel is really working out the way you had hoped. She's those that she can treat, she's treating. Those that she can't, she's giving them a time frame of when to return, and you've got a pretty steady hum of business going on.
Incredible.
Does Rowan typically charge his patients?
No.
No? Well, then for the most part, that tradition is kept. However, one particularly wealthy man with a couple of suspicious puncture wounds in his torso, he leaves a small coin purse containing 20 gold when he leaves, just as a thank you for your discretion.
I think Wren, I think I had it like in our backstory that Wren regularly tipped him, so that tracks.
Sort of a pay what you care to model.
Like Bon Jovi's restaurant.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Brielle,
That's me.
what does the next few days look like for her?
I feel like she's probably really focused on watching over the forge being built and in a way kind of getting in the way. Like too close where they're just like, Brielle, just go do something else. But we got it, like it's fine. And so at some point she'll go to Rowan's house and ask him if she can pick a bunch of flowers from his garden, if he'd be okay with that. And then thanks. They're going to a good place. I'll talk to you later, Rowan.
All right.
And she'll go back to, I guess she's still at the inn, and she'll put on that dress that she bought, that little summer dress, that try and dress up all nice. And she's going to come downstairs and kind of open the back of the door leading to the kitchen and see if Jurlie's there.
Yeah, she absolutely is. She is pulling out the first batch of rolls for the day from the baking oven, and
Morning.
Brielle, how'd you sleep?
Well, good. Do you by any chance have time today, or it doesn't have to be today, it could be whenever's best for you, but I was wondering if I could keep my promise and we could go see Hornder's grave together.
Well, I suppose Fen should be here any minute now, and he can take over again. I'll go get cleaned up.
Okay.
He leaves the kitchen, and after a few minutes, she returns without the apron, obviously, in something a little nicer, a dress not dissimilar from Brielle's. It strains a little bit against her biceps, but overall, it's a decent cut for her. Told you, Carrie, they're not buttoned. And she seems quieter than usual, but she way too long. And as you leave the Deer and Damsel, you head around back. There is a cemetery nearby, and it's small, but it's very nice, and it's adjacent to a park that is rather large and spacious and very beautiful, intentionally cultivated to be so. And you come up to a very, very simple looking gravestone with his name carved into it, his years, and nothing else. However, the plot here is very well kept, and you can see that there's already flowers on the tombstone that are maybe only a day or two old.
She's just gonna kind of stay there quietly and see if Jurlie wants to go up and do her thing like alone. Give her some space if she needs to say anything, and then she'll just kind of look at her and be like, would you mind horribly if I went and introduced myself?
Allow me. And she puts her hand on your upper back and walks you up to it. And she seems to find the strength in her chest to speak clearly and says, well, Hornder, this is Brielle, who I told you about. And she seems to have captured Jorf's heart, so she came here to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Hi, I'm Brielle. I guess you know that because Jurlie just told you that. I brought these for you, and she's gonna like take the flowers she took from Rowan's and like place them on the tomb. Jeff's a great guy. I'm sad you don't get to know him now because he's doing really awesome things, and I hear that you did really awesome things, and I feel like you'd get along really well now because he seems to be turning into you. And if he's anything like you, then I feel like we'd get along. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. If I'm being honest, I really just wanted to come meet you to tell you that I'll do anything I can in my powers. I know Jurlie wanted to kill me, but I promise you that I'll do everything I possibly can to keep Jorf safe, because I don't want what happened to you to happen to him. And I mean that with my whole heart. And I'm sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry about. Hornder would have loved you. He would have supported all of this completely. Honestly, I think it's only for his sake that I was able to forgive you.
Well, then I like him more already.
He was the best part of me. And my time with him was the best part of my life. So it would be foolish of me to deny that for you or Jorf.
Thanks, Jurlie. I mean it when I say that I will do everything I possibly can to keep him safe. I know. Not being here all the time is kind of hard to do that, but and then she's gonna remember she has her backpack with her, and she's just gonna like put her thing down and like pull out this piece of armor she's been working on bit by bit over like the evenings, and she's just gonna like hand it to Jurlie. I don't think he knows how to wear armor, but you were an adventurer, you could probably teach him. But I really, when I'm not here, I want to make sure something could protect him, and I don't want him taking access to the chest. So I figured a breastplate would be good to start.
Well, that is very sweet of you. And actually, he spent much of his childhood learning to swing a sword and wear armor.
And he didn't tell me?
He didn't really have a talent for it. He's got the training. Just his dream of being an adventurer sort of ended there for a long time. Until you came around. But it is good to see a fire lit in him again.
I think it's great. He's already done so much in the time that I've been gone. Like, he's so smart.
Yeah. He was too smart to be here with me every day. He was bored. Probably would have drank himself to death if he'd stayed. You did something good, even though it feels a little raw still.
He's still going to be there for you, Jurlie. I'll be there for you.
That better be a promise, because I'm holding you to it.
I don't say anything I'd never mean. I don't say anything I don't mean. I mean, Gosh,
She just
you know what I'm
pats her
trying to say.
head. Yes, I know what you're saying. Come on, let's get something to eat.
Okay.
Which takes you back around to the front of the Deer and Damsel, where you find Fen with a letter in his hand and a black eye and a couple of scrapes.
Fen, what happened?
Okay, I found your letter. A couple of guys I was sailing with got to it before I did and hid it. And they apparently were reading it over and over again.
But they don't know me. Why would they do that?
Apparently, just the thought of a naked woman who wrote to me was enough for them.
I wasn't naked when I wrote to you. Jurlie, I wasn't naked when I wrote to him.
She's like, this is none of my business. And she walks inside. No, I know you probably weren't, although I did think about it. But no, I mean, you wrote about being naked, and sailors sometimes are pretty hard up.
Understood. Don't talk about spas ever again. I am so sorry. I'm sorry this got you punched.
Oh, it got me worse than that. I'm not welcome on that ship anymore.
But they're the ones that were in the wrong.
Yeah, but it turns out that Tegan is actually the ship owner's nephew, and I didn't know that when I punched him in the face. And hey, at least I got a job here, right? So, fine.
Was it a good hit?
Oh, I took them both down.
Hell yeah.
You know, you spend so many years hauling crates and ropes and everything, you build a little muscle.
The time I was there, you were lugging nonstop.
Yeah, well, I'm the only non-lazy guy in the crew, so they're gonna have to figure out a new way of doing business. And anyway, I really appreciate the letter. I read it on my way back.
I just didn't want your grandma to be the only one writing to you, so.
You're really sweet. And, you know, it's been a couple of days, so I just want to remind you that if you and Jorf aren't official or anything, that I would love to take you out.
But not like Tegan.
No. I wouldn't hit you. Although
I get it. I get it, Fen. I'm making a joke. I'm really bad at those. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm nervous, that's all.
Don't be nervous. It's just me.
Yeah.
So if you're staying around here and not welcome on the ship, does that mean you need a place to stay?
Well,
Are you
I do
staying
have to
around
figure
here?
out. Jurlie's been putting me up, but honestly, I feel really bad. She loses like 2 gold a night that I stay there.
Yeah, I feel bad too for that. What if I ask Jorf, because I should ask him first, Wren told me that, if he's okay with it, did you maybe want to split on an apartment while I'm here?
Like, just you and me living together?
Well, yeah, or like if Jorf wants to stay with us, Jorf can stay with us too, or
How would that work?
well, we both pay, and then the money cost goes down, and what do you mean, how does that work?
I mean, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Or not that. I mean, you mean stay together as friends only?
Yes. But knowing that if anything happens to Jorf and I, to contact you?
Well, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Yeah,
We're still friends, right?
of course we're still friends.
So then why is it weird?
You know, just because I put myself out there a couple of times, and I feel a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Exposed?
Stupid? Oh, exposed. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that too.
You're not
So,
stupid.
I mean, you said it, but
I was just trying to think of what you might think. Okay. 2 for 2. Good on the conversations today, Brielle. Good job. I'll get back to you if George says it's okay. I don't want to make him upset, but
yeah, that's fair, especially because he's learning magic now. I don't need him turning me into a chicken or something.
he's way beyond that at that point. The man learned how to levitate in like the 3 weeks I was gone.
That's really fast. That's got to be like a top level spell.
Yeah. I don't know magic that well. I'm just learning
Neither.
myself.
We had a diviner on the ship, but like all he seemed to do was look at the clouds and make predictions.
Well, he didn't do that great with the churn.
He got us through it. A lot of ships don't.
I guess.
But yeah, all right. I'll ask around maybe, unless you know a place.
No, I was too busy thinking of all the things I'd have to do for the forge, and I haven't been here long. If you want to do that, that'd be great. And we'll see where we go.
Yeah. Are you coming back here tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Looks like you have mail in the mailbox as well, by the way.
Oh. Well, I'm going to grab that now then. And then it like hits her of like, oh my God, is this my mom and dad finally? Because George said that he forgot to give me the letter.
How do you want to do this? Do you want me to give it to you for you to read?
It's up to you. How would you prefer to do it? Do you want to do it like as Brielle's parents, or wait until we meet them?
I'll read it out for now, and then
Cool.
we'll I'll give you the text, and you can have it. Let's see. Let's make this more central, so I'm not looking off to the side the whole time. And yeah, you find a fairly thick envelope. There's something. I don't want to use that word. The word coming to mind is like bulging.
Okay.
But like,
okay.
there's something solid in there that is bigger than a letter. But it's like really thick stock, and it is sealed with a wax seal with the Phoenix Forge emblem on it. When you break it open, you are able to see there is something in the bottom of the envelope, but there is a letter folded up in there, and you take it out, and in your mother's script, it says, "Dear Brielle, things have been difficult since you left. We were so worried for you and considered closing the forge to go looking for you. It is clear that we kept you cooped up for far too long, that you felt you had no other choice but to sneak away. We hate that you left like that. After some difficult conversations, we finally agreed that we understood your choice, though we are sorry we were not better parents to you. We are overjoyed to hear you made it safely to Kine. Sea travel is not safe, and staying here probably would not have been safe for you either. There are things we should talk about in person. Perhaps when we come to see you in Kine." Wesley is slowly coming around to the idea if for no other reason than to deal with all these boys you're spending time with. Still, we're both glad you have made friends. Wilton Drindle may also have a conflict coming his way for encouraging you to leave us. Suddenly the penmanship changes.
Oh no.
Brielle, please, do not lose yourself in drinking alcohol and nights out with boys. It is just asking for trouble. We know you are an adult and you have to live your life. We still don't want our little girl to disappear completely. And if you really want us to move the forge to Kine, I will look into selling the storefront here. Honestly, I should have thought of this years ago. Maybe then you could have had a normal life. Penmanship returns to your mothers. We are looking after each other and working hard as always. Please keep your money for yourself. Business is going well with the recent troubles in the city. Your father even got a commission from the city to make weapons for their oath takers. Apparently their previous smith cut corners and some weapons broke. It was a whole thing. We don't hate you. How could we ever do anything but love our little blessing? We miss you terribly, though. Be safe. Don't trust anyone beyond what they deserve. Please write us again soon. Go to bed at a reasonable time. Drink lots of water. Never let a boy take you to a second location. And your father wants Rowan and Jorf to know they will be answering to him soon. Love, Mom and Dad. P.S. Sorry for how long it took to respond. We had to wait for a priest to enchant the enclosed brooch.
Can I look at what's
Yeah.
enclosed?
You pull out a small silver phoenix brooch with the symbol of Tharvos emblazoned on its breast. The emblem glows faintly with a magical aura.
Brielle just like wipes her tears because she's definitely like sitting at a table in the middle of the deer and damsel reading this and crying. And she's just gonna like hold the phoenix and just kind of like think on it for a moment and take time to just come down from finally hearing from her parents and knowing that they're not dead, which was at this point kind of where her head was at.
Yeah. We'll move away from that scene to Wren. You have moved your things into Garrick's manor.
And I would like to point out that she started this moving process and did not yet tell him about the fact that she has a wyvern.
Correct.
So can I just like say what I think for like the whole few days?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so she definitely was interested in seeing the location that Garrick had picked out, and I think she was already like throwing ideas at him about how to make it like the curb appeal a lot better, improving things. I imagine it was just like a shop before that wasn't for what they're currently intending it to be. So she's definitely giving him direction there, and probably makes a mention that she would like to get a couple of people's help with some things. She wants to ask Brielle if she would be willing to make an iron sign for them for the shop. And she also wants to ask Rowan if he can help with speeding up some of the growing process of all of the plants that she envisions having all over, like kind of on like the second floor window, you know, how you have those like planters. She wants like a lot of overgrown plant life hanging down from it. And so she's like throwing out these ideas to him. And I guess since she spent the night that first night and they were probably fairly distracted. It's not until she goes and gets her stuff and brings it back that she they're probably in the like dining area. She waits until he's started on he's had at least one glass of wine that she knows.
Okay.
At this point, the wyvern is still with Brielle. She hasn't picked it up yet, and she's just like, by the way, I had one small detail that I think you need to know about. I, on my travels, didn't come back alone.
This isn't the part where you tell me I have a son, is it?
Well, I do know that some people treat their pets like their child. I'm going to tell you something very cool, followed up by something that might feel like a little bit of a burden afterward. While we were adventuring, we were set upon by two large wyverns. We handled them. But then we also found that they had eggs that they had left behind. And we decided to bring them along with us, and while we were away, they hatched. Now, between myself, Rowan, and Brielle, we've kind of fell into a rhythm of taking care of them and training them and teaching them. They do require a lot of constant care, but I have a wyvern that's about, and she like kind of like on the ground estimates how large the wyvern is, about yay big.
And in another month or two it will be...
Yes, but that might be the ship that we're traveling on's problem and not yours.
But you do intend to return.
I do. I haven't quite figured out where we're going to keep them, though I have been meaning to talk to Rowan about setting up somewhere at his place that has a lot more room for them.
I see. Well, what kind of room does the wyvern need? Does it need its own bedroom? Should we build a rookery?
So you're not at all deterred by this. You just want to know the logistics.
If it's something you love, then I'll adjust. And frankly, a steady source of wyvern venom would be very advantageous to us.
Oh, I was actually thinking along similar lines and had been looking into something like that. Mine was more for personal use. What were you thinking of?
Still have dealings with certain shady types like yourself. And wyvern venom isn't cheap. We are opening a store after all. Ironically, one of its best uses is to keep wyverns from attacking you.
That makes a lot of sense from what I've seen of them interacting with each other. They don't seem to exactly like getting near each other when they're spraying their venom.
Wyverns are competitive, but they don't like killing their own kind. They deter them with spraying venom at them.
And how do you know so much about wyverns?
He just kind of like gestures to his chair. What else do I have to do?
All right, well, quite honestly, I don't know what it is that they need, but I am willing to put in the work to find out, make it comfortable, and it does sound like it would be a beneficial arrangement for all of us. Should I be able to keep it under control?
That is the most concerning part, but if it's imprinted on you, then I think you should be okay. I have heard of people farming wyverns across the sea.
Oh, really?
Yes, there's an assassin that I had some dealing with from Caradan. He knows his way around a wyvern.
Well, I at least know that I can put a very large one down almost entirely by myself. So.
Well, that is impressive.
She doesn't. She normally would try to play it off, but she actually is just like a little bit proud of that.
I think even in my heyday, I would have faced off with a wyvern on my own.
Well, you did say that you were more of a city boy, didn't you?
Yeah, that's true. The wild was never really my thing. I like being comfortable, you know? I mean, you break into a lord's house, you're still surrounded by luxury. It's quite nice.
Well, she just kind of visibly eases now that she's got that out there. Though he might note that she was still moving in despite she kind of assumed that either way they would work it out. But I feel much better about that.
However, if we are about to complicate things with a wyvern to keep care of, I think I'm going to need some time with you alone first.
I think I can manage an arrangement like that. I think she starts like walking towards his bedroom, and he finds just like a trail of her clothing along the way.
Very nice. And with that mental image, we'll shift over. Sylra, I take it you spent the night in your room in the tavern down in Midtown.
Yes, she did.
What does the next couple of days look like for her?
They would look fairly boring. She'd be going from pub to pub, just listening, watching people, sort of being in the background. If she heard anything interesting, she might check out some stores or places with books to see about spells or artifacts.
Absolutely. Let's get just a general charisma check if you can, to kind of carouse around the taverns and gather intel. Not great, but
Can I use my advantage?
yeah, absolutely, go for it. You've got 2 of them, it looks like, so that's much better. Okay. Yeah, as you spend some time in the local taverns, having a drink here and there, listening to people, kind of supplanting yourself in advantageous situations where you can overhear different types of groups talking. a number of rumors come by. First of all, there's people talking about the Duergar attacks that nobody, no authority figure is admitting happened at this stage. But they've also seen that the military forces are increasing patrols at night. There are rumors of the bedrock of the city being unstable and unreliable, and a number of people are saying that one of these days the city is just going to fall right into the ocean. There are rumors that the what's the word I'm looking for? The blockade of the naval ports is actually due to a authority from the Empire who committed treason and is hiding out in Kine. And finally, you hear a rumor that there is a group of new members of the Champions of the New Frontier who have been going around saving the small villages that the Empire refuses to assist.
Okay. She would probably start contacting Jared with any little tidbit of information that she found, just to let him know what's going on over in her neck of the wood.
How often would you say you're contacting him during this period?
Maybe once or twice every day, depending on the information.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So the evening of your third day, your second time reaching out to him, you share with him some of these rumors. Immediately, he kind of like laughs at some of them. Like clearly some of these people like to exaggerate things. Then there's a hesitation. Sylra, I really appreciate everything you're doing to share intel with me, and I know that I'm not the only one that felt our mutual understanding. There is something that I've been hesitant to ask you.
Hesitant? You?
Well, I know that you have your sort of found family that you're traveling with, and I wouldn't dare to presume that I should take you away from that, but things are heating up in Hardova. The Swindells are putting the pressure on, but I know what's behind this. They're faltering. They're spread too thin. And if we can make a counterattack, I think we can remove them from Hardova forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then all we have to do is establish a new way of doing things, a new system to keep out the criminal organizations and those who would do harm to the common people. But I need your help.
And she'd send sort of a little laughing bit. I thought you were going to ask for my help.
Well, there are so few that I trust completely, as I do you. And you have a way with people.
I mean, my friends are planning to travel far, and they've got their wyverns and everything. It might be nice to have a break and do some help around here while they're gone.
Think that's a fantastic perspective.
Would this be official Iron Tide work?
Well, if you're comfortable with it and you agree to stay with me, I was thinking that perhaps I would make you officially my partner, co-owner.
She's gonna pause for a little bit, thinking.
This is why I was nervous. I can't even see your face.
Of course. Well, that sounds like a great plan. I wouldn't need anything so formal. But you know me, I like information and knowledge. If we can put that into the deal of some place, that might help. She'd say it sarcastically enough that he would know that she's like winking at him.
I'm overjoyed. I can't tell you how much this means to me. I truly thought that I would never have this kind of connection when I left home.
And probably not with another drow.
No, let alone one who understands, who sees the world I do. We could make it better. We can make a difference.
Mm-hmm. We could. Would we be able to discuss how some things are done in the future? I may have promised one of my friends to try to be better.
Yes, I understand. I know that your allies do not like my methods. Believe me, I'm not a fan either.
And
It's true that we're employed to deal with the type of creature we're dealing with.
I know. I just, I don't want to be doing a disservice to that relationship also. And I mean, there's always, you know, situations where it's called for. But it's something I know myself I would like to work on. You don't have to, but it might make it easier if we both do. Eventually, there doesn't have to be anything anytime soon, you know. We're in the middle of a war, basically.
You're not wrong. But you are absolutely correct. As soon as this war is over, and hopefully even sooner, such extremes won't be necessary anymore.
Mm. Okay. If you were here, I would shake on it, but you are not here.
Well, then a promise to embrace when we can.
Okay. I will let you know when I'm headed back that way.
I look forward to it.
Guessing I'll have to travel by myself, or maybe I'll find someone I can go with.
Just be careful who you trust. I know that they have someone watching you.
I mean, there's always someone watching me, so...
That is true.
Is there someone else that's watching me now that I should be aware of?
Well, if you know any agents of the Swindells, keep your eyes open for them.
Okay. I'll keep a lookout.
Good. Stay in touch.
Stay safe.
I always do.
Debatable, but okay.
I have the right people around when I need it.
She'll be like sitting in a pod and like her face is just like completely purpley red.
Yeah. So what does she do after that conversation?
She's going to down a drink and then wander around thinking how she's going to tell the others. And if she runs into any of them, she may or may not pull the bandage off, but she may or may wait a while.
Is there any sort of official meetup that any of you wanted to have? Was there any sort of agreement about when you'd reconnect?
I don't think we talked about one, if that's what you're asking. But Wren does have to get her wyvern back from Brielle.
Yeah. At the very least, we all know where Rowan's house is. So that's a good meeting spot if we need.
Mm.
All right, well, we'll say a few days go by, you've all seen to your activities, and on the 5th day, you reconvene at Rowan's place.
Oh, hey everybody. What's going on?
Sylra's going to be standing far away from wherever Hazel is.
She's like coming out from around back. Oh, hey everybody! Welcome to Rowan's Healing Hut. What brings you by? I hate doing this voice.
Just for the record, I did not ask for this voice.
You didn't ask for it. That is accurate.
So unnerving.
I do want to ask though, did Nadia come to town at all during those few days?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
She has not been in yet, as far as you know.
Mm.
All right.
Have you been checking the market for her?
Well, I thought we were only skipping ahead 3 days, so I would have. But I don't know. Has she not been there?
She has not.
Well, that's not concerning. I think at this point, then Wren comes to Rowan's place and she has her wyvern in tow and is just like, she's not even phased by Hazel. Normally that would be a concern. But the shrill voice doesn't even register with her. And she's just like, oh, good to see you all. Have you all been busy?
Yeah.
Yeah, not too busy.
I mean, I had a lot going on, but
How are things going with the forge?
I think they're at the point now where I'm in the way.
Mm.
So, great. Geraldine's awesome at what she does. So, I trust it in her hands completely.
So you have a bit of free time then?
Why, did you want to do something?
She just kind of hesitates. I didn't have anything specifically in mind.
Okay.
I did.
That's fine.
I did want to, while I have you both here, I know that you're still getting your forge set up, but once you do, I think I would love to be one of your first customers.
Really?
Yes, I have, she's gonna like pull out from her bag, she's drawn up designs for this sign that she has. It's fairly intricate in some of the cuts, but like the overall design is fairly simple, and it's just like a circular iron sign with a wren on it that has some like vines weaving around the edges of it, and it says the Iron Wren on it. I was wondering if this is up your alley. I know that you normally make weapons, but I figured the same sort of principles would apply.
I mean, it looks like simple ironwork. It's a little more detailed than what I'm used to, but I'd give it the best shot I ever could.
I'd appreciate that. It seems that I'm setting up those routes that I've talked about setting up here. Might be a little bit foolish of me, given that we're about to be shipped off on a boat in a few weeks, but...
Or it's smart because it gives you something to come back to.
That's a good way to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And Rowan, I wouldn't mind your touch either. I have had grandiose ideas about how I want things to look a certain way, and then I realized I'm going to be leaving, and I don't want to put even more on. She pauses. My business partner's plate.
Yeah, what
Okay.
can I... Oh, what
Sorry,
was that for you? I'll help you with whatever you need.
Well, I've seen the way that you've made the grass grow, and Brielle's talked about it many times. I figured you probably know how to make other things grow quite nicely, and I kind of wanted to speed that up a bit.
Oh yeah, I can take care of that for you. No problem.
All right. Well, maybe when Brielle is a bit further along with her forge, we can all do it in one go.
What kind of business is it?
Oh, she's like, it's kind of awkward because she doesn't really know how to describe a department store, because this is like the first time she's ever encountered one. Well, it has a bit of everything. It's a little bit on the higher end scale, just general supplies, but ranging from things like furnishings, clothing, things that you need on a daily basis, and then some rare items.
That'll be
Sort of
handy to have around here.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Come on down to the bay.
Okay.
Yes, not exactly something I ever saw myself getting into, but we've come across so many interesting things. Might as well turn a profit from them. She then also looks at Rowan. Have you heard from Nadia at all?
No, I haven't. She should be in town by now, shouldn't she?
I was expecting her a few days ago.
Huh.
She hasn't talked to me in my mind either.
Looks at Sylra. Any chance that you've gotten a message from her?
I haven't heard from her. Haven't heard anyone else talk about her yet.
Nadia tried calling, but the line was busy from talking to Gerard.
Second time today.
Do you know that she was like you were expecting her a couple days ago?
She told me where to look for her, and I looked. But there's been a lot of things happening between here and where we've left her.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
Well, I suppose all I can do is wait. Speaking of, I really only have a few things that I wanted to look into while we're waiting to leave here, and other than that, I've found myself mostly open, aside from the odd time that Rowan and I have gone out of town to deal with the wyverns and their feeding and flying habits.
Thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. It's fun.
Has Ash stopped picking on Wrens? He really was kind of a bully for a little bit.
I think they're getting along a little better.
Okay.
Did you name yours?
Yeah.
She looks at Rowan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I named them Convallaria. Connie or Ari for short, depending on which one they like better.
Hmm.
Do you know if it's a boy or a girl?
No.
We'll find out if they would try mating with another wyvern.
Right.
That's the only way we're going to figure out those two.
I mean, like, occasionally there are gay animals, so
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Might
think it'll
make
be
it.
a sure thing.
That might
I love
make
you
it
no
more
matter
difficult.
what.
What? I mean, did we want to look for Nadia? If you're that worried.
Well, I figured she would message at the very least, right? I have been checking the market, but we can give it another go.
Did we send a bird?
I kind of have to tell it where to look.
We really need to have a more reliable way of communicating apart from this tweeting bird.
Hey, you know, if I didn't know he looked so much like his cousin.
And then there's the fact that there are, from what I know, changelings tend to work around with the Swindells company, and what if one of them had looked like them?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Gerard did say something interesting about possibly someone watching me or us while we're here. Have any of you noticed anything like that?
Not very
Yep.
good at that sort of thing.
Have I noticed anything like that?
Nothing out of the ordinary. You tend to stand out. People tend to notice.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been anything overt. No one like legit just walking behind you all day.
No, I haven't.
Okay. They might be really stealthy.
We were offered quite a bit of money from Drendil to look into the Swindells.
Mm-hmm.
But I suppose we should go and look for Nadia first.
Well, hopefully she's not too far.
Are you free to go, Rowan, or do you have people to tend to here?
Hazel's got it covered. We can head out.
Oh. Right. She looks at the tree.
Yeah, she's like wandering around the warehouse and like just making sure everything is kind of in order. She's talking to every like bush and hedge that she passes.
Does it sound like we're hearing one side of a conversation?
Yes.
So curious about all these other bushes now. You should wake them up, Rowan.
You're like,
I
you've
was
got
thinking about it.
beautiful roots, honey. They're just so darling.
Oh, God. All right. Well, sounds like we're gonna head out and try to see if we can hear anything about Nadia. I'd even look, since a lot of the Silverbrook people were kind of set up in the market square, I would even ask some of them about whether or not they've heard from her.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, you head to the market and you do not see her very elaborate and noticeable wagon. You ask around, and a few people actually remember her and say they haven't seen her in a while. One of the stalls there that's pretty regular said that travel out of Hardova has been difficult lately, and there's been some struggles and some worries, and that any caravan that's coming out of there is probably waiting for the proper protection.
Well, at least it's probably nothing serious. Hardova was like a day's travel?
Yep.
We can spare a day.
Yeah.
Heading out on the long walk.
Yep.
All right. It's early enough that you can make it there in time. So you guys leave the city once more, heading north on the road to Hardova. You get a good 4 or 5 hours out from the city, and you see on the road ahead of you a large group traveling south. It's basically taking up the entirety of the road. You can see that other people heading north are having to walk off of the paved road to go around this group. As they come a little closer into view, you can see that several of them are carrying tall wooden poles with banners on them. You notice the emblem of the Blue Fang on their banners. And you can see as they come closer that leading the charge is about like 15 armed men and women, and behind them is a large group of wagons, 2 wide and about 8 long, traveling, and then behind that is another 12 men and women fully armed to the teeth. You do notice as it nears Nadia's wagon among them.
Hey.
These guys again, though.
What's that, Vix?
Oh God, these guys again, though.
Yeah. I know, right?
I'm sure they're gonna love us, who are new champions of the frontier.
Yep. Guess we'll just keep approaching.
All right. They don't make any sort of move towards you. They don't even seem to really care that you're there. They just continue to march in their formation. They've got sort of this spearhead formation going on, to the point that like you basically don't have a choice but to move aside unless you want a direct conflict with them. I'm throwing that out there, letting you think. It's up to you.
Is there a way to like, could Wren like hail one of them down who are
Like-
at the front? Like, does that look like we could actually like merge alongside Nadia, or do we have to like go through their formation to do that?
You wouldn't have to go through their formation, so to speak. Like if you moved aside, you could then just keep pace with them as they move past you. And Nadia, like there would be a guy walking like a bit ahead of you and a guy a bit behind you, but you would be open to.
Just to not cause any problems, since I'm sure these people are being paid to protect these people and not to protect us. She's going to kind of flag one of them for their attention. Excuse me.
A youngish looking half-orc woman has a armband that has like a black color and like the blue fang right on the center of it. She steps out of formation and approaches you. You can see that she's got 2 sizable axes on her belt and a number of daggers slung across her chest. She is wearing half-plate armor and looks pretty formidable.
Hot. Sorry, but we actually came this way to look for, and she points out Nadia's wagon, a friend of ours. But I also am aware that you're probably being paid to escort these people, and I don't want to just sidle up without proper compensation. Would it be
I'd
alright if we
appreciate that.
joined you?
I'll walk you over there, and if she says you're a friend, then you're good. You cause any trouble with her or anyone else, I'll cut you down myself.
That sounds completely fair, doesn't it? She looks at the others.
Yeah,
It's fair to me.
seems
Mhm.
reasonable.
She walks with you as you make your approach to the side. You can see that a couple of the men close by to Nadia's wagon seem to like straighten up a little bit more as they like side-eye this half-orc woman getting close to them. Kind of like more rigidly in formation, stamping down harder with each step. But as you approach, Nadia, who is driving her own wagon, goes, "Oh, hey, good to see you."
Good to see you too.
We were worried.
Oh, right. There's all kinds of trouble up there, and I was kind of saving my spells just in case.
Mm.
But fortunately, the Blue Fang came through town and offered us a, well, friendly rate, I suppose.
I think we're needing you to vouch for us so that we can journey back with you.
Wanda, they're okay. They're good friends.
Long time.
Just she looks at Nadia very closely, and then the rest of you, and she goes, "All right, but don't hesitate to yell if they cause trouble. This one looks like trouble." She like tilts her chin towards Sylra.
She does have a point, and that's worked in our benefit.
Really?
I mean, you are always skulking quietly around in the woods anytime we camp.
I don't like sunlight. I can't see in it. It's not my fault.
As this exchange occurs, Wanda sort of marches off back towards where she came from, but you do notice, at least Rowan would, that she doesn't go all the way. She kind of hangs back enough that she'd be close by to respond to something.
Seems you're very properly guarded here, though.
Oh, yes, well, Grellick knows how to run a tight ship, you know, and with our past business exchanges, he did offer us a decent rate, and so many people were looking to head south, it only made sense.
Mm.
But climb on up.
Yeah, be nice to get off our feet for a little bit.
I hope you don't mind. And she kind of takes the wyvern off her shoulder.
I was about to ask if that was stuffed.
They are
It's-
real.
Are they friendly?
They haven't hurt anyone.
Yet.
Rowan is doing an amazing job at teaching them.
They're really just friendly little guys.
Well, if anyone could coax the best out of someone, I believe it would be Rowan.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Well,
Hop up.
I guess hop on up with the wyverns.
Sorry, I'm frantically seeing what I know about this Grolic person.
Look, I know.
He is in your notes.
I know. I have him on like my sus list.
Well, so tell me what you've all been up to.
Trying to think
So
of
I'm
when we
starting
went-
a forge and I have property, and then my parents finally wrote back to me, and I found out that if you write a boy about being in a spa, that'll get you beaten, well, not you beaten up, but him beaten up. And then she's just gonna like go on about all this stuff.
Red is just like, what is she
Huh?
talking about?
This is the first time we're hearing this too.
Well, congratulations on the forge.
Thanks. It's going well.
And is the intent for your family to join you?
Yep. And
It's
it seems
fantastic.
like from their letter they're going to.
Well, if you ever need any rare materials, let me know.
I think we got that covered, but I'll look you up just in case.
Fair enough.
Well, a lot of things have happened for us since we last spoke. But I did end up following through with that business arrangement that you and I discussed.
Ah, that's very exciting. So you're going to be a permanent fixture here.
Yes, after a bit of a pit stop overseas. All of us.
Back to the old world then.
Sylra sort of just coughs a little bit during the all of us.
Insight check.
Yeah.
You're welcome to do it. You can incite her deception.
So
That's pretty good.
21. Damn.
Rail's not rolling.
So that's
Oh,
Rowan.
that's Rowan.
All right. Well,
I have a +8.
You do have
yeah,
inspiration.
it was close.
You do,
Use it.
you do have
I do.
inspiration.
I'm using it.
May as well use them up, eh?
Oh my god! That was almost a 20 and it rolled. This sucks.
It's fine. I had a D8 up my sleeve anyway.
Every time she tries to use deception, which is she's the best at, she fails.
Been there.
You've had bad luck in this campaign, I have to admit that.
What should they do though?
All right, so yeah, Wren, you get the suspicion that Sylra is reacting to what you just said and is trying to hide her reaction now.
Sherry, you have 2 inspirations now from chat.
Thank you.
she was engaging with Nadia, so she kind of side eyes Sylra a little bit at first, and then continues. Yes, we're supposed to be escorting a shipment, and Brielle wanted to perhaps see her family if we could manage. Maybe a little pit stop for Rowan if he so chooses.
Yeah, it might
Well,
be
it sounds exciting. And perhaps I'll have you deliver a letter for me if you're up to it.
Sure, what's the letter?
Terribly private.
Who is the letter for? Or where would we be delivering it?
Well, see, now I'm hesitant to even tell you. They're someone of importance. Someone I have things to say to.
Is it an ex-boyfriend?
You see her mouth twist and she just kind of doesn't answer. It's something like that.
Ooh.
Well, I won't pry, but I do need a destination if I'm going to deliver it.
That's fair. How about this? I will give you that information when and if I find the courage to actually write such a letter.
I think Wren thinks about saying several things and then realizes she's in no way one to talk, so she just kind of shrinks back a little bit.
Out of curiosity, what are the things she's thinking about saying?
Oh, things she would say to her parents. If it weren't so nerve-wracking.
Oh, and what were you about to say there, David?
Oh, I just said that seems fair.
And why isn't Sylra joining you?
I was going to wait to ask. She looks at Sylra. Change of plans?
Slightly. Yeah, well, more than slightly, I guess. I've been offered to be a partner in the Iron Tide.
Oh, really?
There, as well as you know, there's been things going on there, and I figured right now you all have so much going on over there. I want to do some good while I will wait for you guys to come back.
I love that you've found something for yourself. I know that's been a struggle. So I am a little bit concerned about you ruffling Tara's feathers. She didn't seem too fond of Gerard or the Iron Tide, and you are officially a champion. You might want to send word.
That is my plan. I know they were friends in the past, so I'm not sure what's happened there. But
You could ask.
That's on the list of questions I have, along with how we're able to do things differently for our sweet friend Brielle.
Kick your boyfriend's butt for me. I believe you'll do the right thing, Sylra.
I think this is the first time that I've ever been a little sad to see someone go.
Well, won't be too far once you guys are back. You know, I mean, we just basically walked there.
She's not going to Vor's Delta, so she'll survive here. We'll be fine.
Do you want to get one of us in your fancy book so you can keep in touch?
Yeah, I have one spot left.
Let me do it.
I mean, I was hoping for a Brielle letter, but I guess Brielle...
Now I can send them all the time.
Yeah, okay. I will do that. She
She
will
will
hand
your ear off.
the Book of Shadows over to her.
Brielle's gonna just like so neatly write her name so you can read it perfectly.
Just see everyone else's is like scratch.
Little heart.
Is it over the I?
No,
Okay.
Is that the end?
it's at the end. It's Brielle heart.
Hopefully it knows to go to you.
What?
Well, on that charming little note, why don't we take our break now, and we can come back in just a few minutes with the rest of whatever this is that's happening. And that's when I realized I was naked. Oh, hey, everyone. Welcome back. So you guys are now not quite halfway between Kine and Hardova, traveling south once more with the large caravan in Nadia's wagon. You've had a conversation about your intent to travel overseas, and Sylra staying behind to work with the Iron Tide. Where does the conversation go next?
Considering that Wren wasn't supposed to tell the others that she was meeting with Nadia about spring, she does not bring it up at all during this whole travel, and I think it just ends up being catching her up on things that we can catch her up about. Like, I don't think I would go too much into the Orindar stuff, but I also don't know if I would go into what Drindle's doing, but things on her adventure, like telling her about the wyverns and getting those, and maybe like the crystal salamander and the roper. And I think she would mention the body that they found it on, but wouldn't make the connection of like, this is where I found this ring here and now, at least.
Fair enough. Does anyone else have anything they bring up at all in this conversation, or just kind of remains surface level chatting about what's been going on?
Probably surface level, just catching up with her and seeing what she's been doing. If she's seen any of the people from the caravan and how they're doing.
Fair enough. She does update you that Deirdre seems to be doing quite well for the time being. She has set up in Vor's Delta on a sort of semi-permanent state, and the city seems to be blossoming economically, and so she feels right now the best thing is for her to continue selling her fine outfits up there. But other than that, Nadia's life is what it is. She goes from city to city. She makes deals for things that are rare and unknown to others, and she's been doing a lot of gem and money exchanging just to keep money flowing through her cart.
It was Tara that told us about Grellic, right?
I believe Tara told you about him, and Nadia mentioned him previously.
Well,
Yeah, we overheard.
only
Rowan did.
Rowan heard that.
Oh, fair enough.
That's why we were like looking at each other when you said the name in front of us finally.
Yeah, we're like, now we have a reason.
Now we have it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think she might ask when the city comes back into view then. I This might be one of those things that you tell me is a secret. You have many of those, I know. But I was curious, the name that you mentioned, I've heard it before. Grellic. An acquaintance of yours.
Yes, we've done business a number of times before.
Is he affiliated with any sort of organization that I would know of?
Well, he is the sort of sole commander of the Blue Fangs. In fact, they changed their name to honor him.
But they changed their name to the Blue Fang?
Yes.
He's not big and blue by any chance, is he?
No, he's sort of a grayish green, but one of his tusks is permanently stained blue. He eats a lot of blueberries.
That makes sense.
I see. I think that all of that makes sense now to Wren. Fair enough. I've
For what it's worth, my physical relationship with him ended before the tusk was stained blue.
Okay.
Fair enough. I wasn't too aware of the Blue Fang, aside from what I've heard from the champions and our brief interaction on the road.
Yes, well, I suppose it's only normal that rival factions would be trying to undermine one another.
And where do you sit on that?
Oh, my caravan has traveled with champions, with Blue Fangs, and independents. It doesn't really matter to me as long as they can do the job. And, well, I think our last little journey proved to me that I'll leave the job to those best capable.
And, Grellic has treated you well then?
Yes, he's always treated me fairly. The man is ambitious and he's a bit rough around the edges for sure. But he's smart and tactical. He's not just a brute. And under his eye, the Fell, now the Blue Fang mercenary group, has grown exponentially. You know, they started out decades ago as a band of militia that were just protecting a logging cabin south of Boar's Delta.
Does that sound like the
Logging
places that we've been?
You passed a lot of logging communities on your way north.
There's a lot. Okay.
There's a lot of them, yeah. A bunch of cities trying to grow rapidly. It requires a lot of wood to be moved around.
True.
Well,
Sorry.
I have no personal problem with them, but I was curious. I like to have all the information that I can.
Oh, I don't blame you. You have to be careful out here. And I know the rumors, and well, we've seen they're a little bit aggressive at times. But look at this protection. They do help people.
Guess that counts for something.
Sylra's just gonna like punch Brielle a little bit in like the arm.
It actually like hurts a little for her. She's like, wow.
She sounded that surprised by it.
Oh.
But especially now, with everything going on in the north, I think it's fantastic what Grullick and his band are doing. There's villages being raided every day, caravans going missing completely. It used to be that most any good caravan guard you hire would do the job, and well, if you wanted to guarantee it, you would hire the Blue Fangs or the Champions, and now, well, frankly, I'm not sure I would travel with anyone but the Blue Fangs at this point. Even the Champions are losing wagons.
To be fair, we weren't champions when we lost the wagons.
I wasn't talking about you, dear.
Okay.
If not for you four, I likely would not have made it to Vors Delta alive, and I very much like being alive. I intend to be alive for a very long time.
Yeah.
As an elf, you do that.
Well, yes, but even we eventually get tired, get old. But I'm not giving up yet, don't worry.
Good.
I was definitely waiting to see if Brielle was going to make another jab at Sylra.
I was going to make a jab at Sylra. But she's learning not to. Character growth. But the temptation was there. It was on the tip of my tongue.
So Brielle's not taking jabs, and Sylra's literally taking jabs.
Yes.
Yeah, they've traded places. Brielle's keeping her mouth shut, and Sylra's punching people.
It was a light punch. I mean, she doesn't even have a +1. It's just 0.
No, you've been working out.
0 damage.
Well, Vix is satisfied with that information.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm okay with just the small talk until they get there.
Fair enough. As you approach the city gates, the Blue Fang at the front gives the paperwork over. It's quickly checked, and then you're all waved in without any trouble or hubbub. As you're entering the city, Nadia kind of glances at Wren. Oh, we had that business discussion to have. Did you want to do that this evening, or?
Sure. Did you have a place in mind?
Well, I haven't booked a room yet, but I do believe that my usual suite should be available.
And where would that be?
Right in the city core.
Would that hint to Wren at all? Who knows where things are in the city? Or is there a lot of...
She's talking... You know Nadia has a taste for the finer things. And in the city core, there's only a number of inns that have been successful enough to stay around for many years. One, of course, being the Gilded Giant, which is literally like the most opulent, ridiculous, expensive inn on the continent.
All right. Well, Rowan, if you wouldn't mind, I don't think Ravkin will be very welcome at the places that Nadia likes to spend time at.
Oh, no, that's fine. I think it's time for another flying lesson anyway. What do you think? I'll try and like razz up the wyvern a little bit.
Well, if you ever get tired of reptiles and parks, perhaps you could join me for another evening.
Yeah, I think it's good to get inside every so often.
I can watch all 3 of them tonight if you want.
Oh, well, tonight might be a little crowded.
Okay.
Sylra is just like, so close.
She thought about it. The wheels are turning.
There's this long, awkward pause, and as you approach the city center, she just kind of pulls her cart off to the side of the road and stops completely. Well, you all know where to find me if you need me. Wren, I look forward to meeting with you again this evening.
What time of day is it, Shanks?
You went about halfway out and then back, a little bit faster on the way back, so it's not quite evening, but it is, it's like almost dinner time kind of thing.
Alright. Couple of hours, let you settle in a bit.
Yes, I also have to make a quick stop along the way. Otherwise, I would take you all where you're going. But 2 hours ought to do it.
All right, then.
Just use my name. They know me there. And as you all exit the wagon, she snaps the reins and off she goes again.
I want to. Wren wants to trust this woman so bad, but Vix is like, just be careful, please. I think once they're left alone again, Wren's gonna turn to Sylra. I'm sure that wasn't how you intended to tell us about your departure, but is there, are you sticking with us until we leave, or do you have to be off sooner than that?
Well, I don't really know. Sort of my idea to stick with you guys, and then if there was a group heading back to Hardova, I'd go with them.
Fair enough. I'm glad you're thinking about your safety with everything.
well, I know there's no way that I'd be able to defeat any stronger person in my family without you guys. Well, and if the Swindells are following us covertly, I could use the protection.
Where did you hear about that?
Gerard.
That's concerning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Though I have had it in mind to keep an eye out for them anyway while I was here. Maybe they'll make it easy for me.
He did say that they are spread too thin right now, so that any pressure on them that could be beneficial for us.
Great news.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what shall we do then?
It sounds like you've got some business to attend to.
Mm-hmm. Seems like the rest of us are free apart from the wyverns.
I think I'll make a quick stop at home, but then I will. She's going to pass Ravkin off to Rowan. Where should I find you when I'm done? We can do a bit of a trade.
So, I'm probably just gonna take him home.
All right, I'll see you then.
Have fun.
Wren is going to go to her house and she's going to tell Garrick where she's going to be.
Smart.
Yeah.
And he probably can take a lot from that because she is one to just disappear for days at a time.
Is there anything you need me to do? I could follow up with you.
I'm supposed to go to Rowan's afterward to relieve him of some babysitting duties. You do have eyes and ears all over the city, correct?
Yeah, most places. Well, I do have a friend inside the Gilded Giant.
I would appreciate all of the extra measures, then, that you have.
Very well. Who is it you're meeting?
Her name is Nadia. Nadia Vandren.
I know her.
Why does that not surprise me? Trustworthy?
Who's trustworthy in this city? You're not there.
Wren kind of considers that phrasing and is just like, should I treat her as though as trustworthy as you are, I suppose, is what I'm asking.
Well, I guess that's all a matter of perspective. I wouldn't trust her as much as I trust you, but then I don't trust anyone as much as I trust you. I have worked with her a number of times. She's reliable. She's never screwed me over, stabbed me in the back. I don't know her real intent.
Yes, I think the thing that concerned me was that she told me not to tell anyone about our meeting. And it could just be that she knows things that I don't, and she's looking out for me. But of course, I'm not entirely inclined to lean in that direction. And
Well, for what it's worth, I do think you can take her.
something tells me she has some tricks up her sleeves that I'm not aware of. But
that is probably true.
Anyway, she's going to lean in and give him like a kiss near his ear, and then she says to him quietly, "I'll see you later then."
You damn well better.
Very quietly. He doesn't even hear her. He doesn't even hear the door open or anything. Like, she's just like gone. She's gonna go skulk through the streets towards the Gilded Giant, I guess.
Fair enough. And I know Rowan is taking the wyverns south to his place. Sylra and Brielle, are you joining Rowan? Is there something else you're doing? I think you're muted, Megan.
Mm-hmm.
I am muted. I accidentally touched my mic. Do you have any plans or ideas of what you'd like to do?
I have no idea. She'd probably just hang around whoever.
I think Brielle is going to thank Rowan for taking her wyvern.
Very subtle.
And she's going to want to try and spend as much time with Sylra as she can before Sylra leaves. So even just being like, do you want to come back to my room and we can hang out and talk? And I'm really sorry with how I treated you that one day when I got mad at you. And this is a stupid question, but you're really good at being a girl and like looking pretty and stuff. And I kind of want to try and do that. And if you're leaving, then I don't really have the opportunity to learn. So would you teach me how to do my hair nice or something?
Yeah. I think they call this like a slumber party, right? Like sleeping over. We can do makeup, hair, whatever.
Oh, I
have
don't know about
fun.
makeup. I don't think I'd look
I
good
mean-
in makeup.
I don't have anything in your complexion anyways, but you know what I mean, like girl time. I'm up for that. We need it to catch up on that one lost day and however many days we'll be apart.
Can you do me a huge favor when we get to the Deer and Damsel? Okay, last girl day we had at the spa, I learned that we shouldn't tell Fen about that. So let's not mention it if we see Fen when we're walking in, okay?
Lips are sealed.
Awesome. We'll go up to Brielle's room.
Don't
All
want
right.
any nose bleeding.
Yeah, I guess she did write that Wren and Sylra were there.
Yep.
All right, we'll come back to that. You guys can figure out exactly what you're gonna discuss or do there. Rowan, you head down to the south end of the city where your warehouse in the park is, and the sky's growing a little bit dark by the time you make it there. As you approach your home, you
Like rain dark or nighttime dark?
it's getting like twilight dark, yeah.
Okay.
And with all the thick trees here in the woods, you kind of, you know, I mean, you're an elf, you're fine, but
Yeah.
But as you get close to your clearing, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up a little bit.
Uh-oh.
You get the feeling you're not alone.
I look around.
Give me a perception check, dude. I'm gonna tell you right now, you rolled that one.
Nice. I mean, I do have 3 inspirations I could use.
Absolutely, if you'd like to. Yeah.
You know, I think that's a good use for that. Rowan would not dismiss the hairs on the back of his neck standing up so easily.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you start looking around and you're like, okay, there's definitely someone nearby, and you're zeroing it in. You're hearing it, you're not seeing it. There's the slightest crunch of a leaf off in the distance, maybe 50 feet away from you. As you look in that direction, you don't see anything. There's no sudden movement. There's no sort of shock that you're looking their way. It is very, very slow, very measured, very careful. And if not for the crunch of the leaf, you think maybe I wouldn't have heard them at all. But as you look in that direction, you don't know if it's the shadows or perhaps magic involved. You don't see what should be there. And
Fairy fire.
I was gonna say, would my wyvern?
Ooh.
See it?
No.
Blindsight.
Okay.
it is, what, did I give you the range on that?
Yeah, there's a range on when. I don't have it up. It's usually just on a map.
That is fair.
It's on the combat tracker.
All right, fair enough. It has a blind sight of 60 feet, so it seems to be looking in that direction. What's the range on Fairy Fire?
It is an amount of distance. 60 feet.
6 feet, that'll do it. All
A
right.
20-foot cube within 60 feet.
And what's the saving throw?
It's going to be a dexterity saving throw, DC 17, please.
All right. Oops.
Something tells me this person's gonna be all stealthy.
That's exactly 17. Let me
You-
read a feature.
We respect the using of all your abilities.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a creature I can see.
Oh, I feel you on that one. I really do. However, you blast out this fairy fire, this green and silver and gold just colliding with this space where you know them to be, but all at once, as you see the light reflecting off all of this magical debris, you see this swirl in the air as though a humanoid creature is dodging away from it. And almost as soon as you hear those feet very gently hit the underbrush of the woods, all at once you see, as the form completely dissipates, the weight on the ground beneath them disappearing completely.
The promised surveillance.
You were the only one with anywhere near a chance of spotting them following you, and you were the last one they were going to follow.
I will take that under advisement. I don't know what I'm going to do with that information yet exactly.
Do you continue on with your plans to flight training?
I think maybe we just wait at home tonight. Keep an eye out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Wren. You arrive at the Gilded Giant. It is one of the tallest buildings in Kine, being 9 stories tall. It is incredibly well built, very clean white stone that they meticulously wash on almost a daily basis. Many of the upper floors are, the walls almost seem to be completely glass, though you can't see into them from here. And as you pass through these large crystal double doors, you are greeted at a marble desk by 2 young, beautiful women who seem eager to serve you.
Could Wren have been familiar with the type of swankiness of this building?
Oh yeah, everyone knows what this place is like. This is like, one day I'm gonna make it and get a suite there.
She's going to, as she's approaching, she's like on her way there, she's like changing her appearance so that it looks like she's wearing just like a little bit more eyeliner, and like her lips are a little bit more red, and her hair's like a few inches longer, and she's kind of like tucking it back so that it's like in braids, just like clasped behind her. And she's using her glamored armor to change her clothing. Very similar style to what she often wears, but a lot more like trim, a lot more like golden little embellishments and details in the fabric, just looking a little bit more like she would belong there. And when she enters, she greets them with a smile and says, "I'm here to see Nadia Vandren."
Lady Vandren is expecting you. You may step this way. And she steps out from behind the desk and takes you to what appears to be a very small room. Just step in this room, please.
Oh, yeah, she does.
The young lady steps in with you, and she waves her hand over this silver-looking panel, and all at once the doors close and you feel the room moving, vertically through the building.
She like, there's just the almost imperceptible like notion of her like going like that for a moment before she rights herself. Tries to appear unfazed by it. Lady Vandren stays here a lot.
When she is in town, yes. In fact, we jokingly call this the Vandren Suite.
Wren is feeling actually just slightly charmed by that, but she does, she tries not to let on. I think she's also very like, she has her hand sort of like ringing the ring that's on her finger. I think there's like thoughts that half form in her mind about taking it off, and then they just, it's like she never had them. But yeah, she just waits.
You feel the deceleration as it comes to a stop and the doors open again, and you can see you're in a very nice looking, elegant hallway. At the far end of it is just a window that looks out into the city below, and on the left and the right there are a single door on each side. You can see that you're on the top floor, and the 2 suites here make up the entire floor. Lady Vandren is on the right, and I believe she is expecting you. We've called up.
Thank you.
If you need anything, I'm sure Miss Vandren can advise you, but there is a silver panel not unlike this one. If you just touch it, then you can speak to us down at the desk.
Wonderful.
Enjoy your stay at the Gilded Giant.
She is trying so hard to feel like she's in her element, and she is not. And that's weird to her. So she's like walking down the hallway. She takes a moment to compose herself before she knocks on the door to the right.
You hear a voice from within coming. And a moment later, she opens the door. You can see the very large gathering room that it opens to is well furnished, multiple chandeliers and candelabras. It seems that it's lit exclusively by candlelight at the moment. And Nadia is wearing a very silky nightgown with a red robe over it. That is, the robe itself is nearly completely see-through.
Wren kind of like moves to walk into the room, and as she's passing Nadia, she goes, "So the Vandren suite, huh? Not bad."
They do like me here. I blow through town every now and then and waste an exorbitant amount of my coin, but what's life if you're not enjoying the most elegant aspects of it?
Well, I don't blame you. You spend so much time on the road, and I've seen how the road can be.
It's unpleasant, but it allows me this every now and then, and by the gods, it's worth it. Come in.
Wren does go in, and she's kind of doing like a little look around as she walks further into the room, and she's kind of like peering at things, and she goes, "Well, I'm sure that this room comes with some amenities, maybe of the liquid variety. Shall we?"
Yes, I was looking forward to that myself. And she walks around a very nice-looking suede couch, and around the other side, what looks to be a closet, she kind of folds open the doors, and you can see it is just a massive wine rack.
Wren is just like, You know, if this was a date, I'd feel very rude at the moment.
Well, if you're feeling rude, then perhaps it's working.
Wren is going to do a quick scan over the wine. Is it like all the same type of wine, or is there like different varieties?
There's all kinds of varieties, and from what you gather at an immediate glance, especially with your familiarity with such wealth from the Empire, it basically looks like you go from moderately priced, decent wines on the bottom right to this is going to cost you several homes on the top left.
Is there just at a glance any of that Humbrook wine that Wren came across in an earlier session? Would she be able to?
Yeah, you find some like sort of almost near the center, a little bit to the left of center kind of thing.
She pulls that out. Looks like this one could use some attention.
It's a good choice, and I won't go bankrupt as a result, so thank you.
So, where would you like to speak?
You know what? I'm fond of the sitting room. And she takes Wren at the elbow and walks over to past the dining area into another room where there is 2 tall leather chairs, a fireplace, and just like sort of really nice adornments across the room. It's a very warm, very wooden room. And she just sits in the chair opposite Wren and puts 2 glasses down on the table.
Yeah, Wren will pour them a glass. I think she plays along a little bit with Nadia's general demeanor, and she kind of lingers as Nadia takes it. She holds it just like a touch longer before she takes a seat. Well, I know that you have plans later, so perhaps we get to it, or was there something else you would like to talk about first?
Oh, I think you... She hesitates. You can see in the firelight a little bit of blush on her cheeks. I think you misunderstood. These were my plans for this evening.
You and I?
Well, we are very alike. Come from similar circumstances. We both enjoy the finer things, and we both have a certain aptitude for business and ambition.
Wren, she takes a long drink of her wine. Definitely seems like she's trying to buy herself a bit of time in doing so. Had you asked me that back in Vors Delta, I would have taken you up on the offer.
But things have changed.
Quite unexpectedly and significantly.
The business partner that you were so secretly infatuated with?
Yes, the business partner that I think I also know that you are familiar with.
Oh, do tell.
Does Wren know if there's a name that Garrick gives to other people, or does he pretty much just go by his actual name?
He has dozens of aliases, but he does have, a lot of people know him by name as well.
Are you familiar with Garrick Fenn?
Well, at least now I understand.
Yes, he let me know that you guys have been acquainted in the past.
Not in that sense, and not because I didn't try.
Yes, he is charming and methodical. She says, like, there's a pause.
Witty and fun, and that jawline and that salt and pepper hair. Oh, well, congratulations. And she holds out her glass to yours.
She's going to clink her glass. So I assume there's good blood there then.
Yeah, I don't have any issue with him. I could never twist him, you know? I could never get him to give in.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better about the idea I had for you to perhaps have an arrangement with the shop that we're opening together.
Me as well. I know Garrick is a prudent man, and any business that he goes into, I expect will succeed. So, you can consider me to be tentatively accepting the offer.
Perfect. And I'm sure you're the type to completely brush it off, but I hope that I didn't give you any false ideas.
Well, no, none that were your fault. I think I was reading into the sort of connection we had a little too much, and I've done that on occasion. Even still, I'm rarely denied, but I understand.
Well, it seems that you have no shortage of those lining up to be your company.
That is true, but so few that, I don't know, give me a moment's hope, you know?
I don't think this will be the last time that you and I see each other, work with each other, get to know each other.
I hope not.
And I don't think you were reading into anything incorrectly. You just weren't quick enough.
You know, that's been my problem many times before.
She's going to hold up her glass to Nadia. To breaking our habits and pouncing on the things that we want.
Yes, well, speaking of which, you have something of great interest to me. Can I see it?
Can she see it? Wren is going to try to show her the ring.
You're wearing it.
Yes, I haven't been able not to.
You mean it's stuck on your finger?
In a sense. In that I'm unwilling to part with it.
I see. This is part of the magic, isn't it? Okay.
Please uncurse me. Or tell me it's super cool.
Let me see your hand.
Yeah. Is she able to just...
She holds your hand and she's looking at it, and after a few minutes of just looking, she starts touching the ring in different places, and you can see at first there's no reaction, but when she gets to the third gem, the gem that you have placed in the snake's mouth, and she touches it, there's a fizzle of magic that happens. She goes, two of these are already inert, and based on what I'm seeing, I think that means they were used up.
Yes, the note that we had, we got a copy of that from Sylra. She wrote it.
You did indeed. Yep.
She's going to pull out the common translation of the note. I am guessing that if this person was able to, that they would have been fine, but the body that I mentioned back on the road, that's where I found it.
She just nods as if she expected that. Mm.
Do you know what it does?
I would have to cast a spell, which I think means you would have to take it off.
Do you know of magic that would make me want to take it off?
Oh, I can try. No,
I'm giving you my permission.
I've been accused of things in the past, so I do like to make sure.
You're so forthcoming. Why would anyone do that? She's totally just giving her a bit of a ribbing.
She blushes and smirks and pours a hefty amount into her glass. She goes, when married men are discovered, they would rather bury me under the casket, if you know what I mean. Why take the blame when it's the witch's fault?
I've been in situations like that, not of my own wish, though.
Yes. That whole noble court in the Empire is rather unbecoming for what they claim to be.
Well, if I have my way, I soon won't be any part of it.
Not to pry, but how well known were you back home?
Oh no. Just going to pull up how unwilling she was about her parents. Just double check. Well, I suppose I could learn more of this person of import if you want to know so badly about my own affairs.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
Very.
So getting a letter to the Empress wouldn't be an issue for you?
Would that be an issue for her?
Not really. Not easy, but not difficult for Wren.
Am I going to be in a shoot the messenger situation if I do so?
I suppose I hadn't considered that. Maybe.
I'm pretty adept at slipping away. I would be willing, and I can do so.
Well, I'd appreciate it.
A relation?
Well, you know how I said that I got sick of things back there and decided to go on a little adventure in the New World?
Yes.
I was banished.
You were completely banished and not put to work in the cog of the Empire.
The Emperor would not suffer the indignity of my presence in his kingdom, alive or dead, for my 3-year affair with his wife.
I see.
And
So-
she was all too willing to allow me to suffer any fate he decided. And I just wanted her to hear my words on the matter.
Where does the, like, what's the capital? Like, where would the Empress be city-wise on Medium?
I mean, she would be in the capital for sure.
Which
she is-
is...
I have a word in mind and then can't think of if that's the right one or not, because I get them mixed up. But you would
Is it-
definitely be familiar with like the Emperor's seat of power, and
Is it the Jakarta?
yes,
Okay.
Jakarta Elendor is the
Okay.
capital, and the Imperial Palace is a city the size of like Hardova and Kine combined unto itself. It is its own ecosystem. The Empress is constantly busy with all matters of the Empire and dealing with matters of the political court.
I see why you didn't want to say anything. Your secret is safe with me, and I'll do my best.
I appreciate that. I still don't know if I have the courage to say what I need to say, but she does need to hear it.
Well, how about you write it down? You give it to me. I have time to think about it. Or you have time to think about it while I'm on my way over there. And you send me a message.
I can do that. But first, why don't you hand me that ring? And she's casting suggestion.
Does it work?
Are you
I would
intentionally failing your saving throw?
Do I have a choice in it? Because yeah, I would fail it.
Yeah, I think if you don't want to resist her magic.
Okay. I just don't know, because I know there were some weird things happening with Wren's will regarding it, so...
Yeah, so that's what I'm about to roll right now is... Oh, no, that's not what I want. I want her character sheet.
Nadia takes it, puts it on, and fucks Wren up. That's kidding.
You feel the pull of her magic flowing through you, and you want to give her what she wants so badly. But as you reach for the ring, your hand just starts shaking, and you feel unable to pull on it.
I really am trying, I swear. She's also like, she also reduces like the size of herself in the ring to see if that works.
You find that the ring just reduces with you.
Right. Perhaps the kind of magic we need is more up someone like Rowan's alley.
If you're implying it's a curse, I don't think that's what it is.
Perfect. This is why I don't deal with magic.
Well, it looks like the ring is permanently out of my reach, so I'm going to tell you what I think it is, and hopefully it will help you.
Fair.
This is very ancient and very powerful magic. This is so far beyond anything I've ever picked up, and I have some of the best magical items on this continent. Do you think I afford a place like this? Just the other day, I sold a trinket to a curious buyer for 40,000 gold pieces. I trust you, Wren, and I know you're not going to go exposing me as a target. This is beyond what I can control, and that means that it is very powerful. And what you told me about this creature and losing the thing and not believing it's possible, and then it snaps in and it seems to be locked to your willpower. I think that this thing wants to make your strongest desire come true. And if you say the right words, perhaps it will.
Oh no. My mind went to a very dark place. That is a lot to take in.
Yes. I was really hoping I could convince you to give it to me. I would have paid you a lot of money for it. And if you are willing, I still will pay you were you to make the wish that I would like to be fulfilled.
Thanks, you're giving me this huge decision. Wren could use it for so many things. Oh my god.
And this could have been any of you that picked this up. This could have been this could have gone in so many different ways, and I've been paying attention to everything you've said since you put this ring on, and if you said the wrong words at the wrong time.
Damn.
I had a
wish
note.
my mother was there.
I had a note every single session of pay attention to what Nick says.
I know if Ron wound up with it, he'd probably end up with, like a handful of granola or something when he was hungry. Like, man.
You could really go for some granola.
That'd be
Conjures it.
hilarious.
Wish I had some trail mix right now.
I think Wren thinks about what she would wish for. And she's sort of pacing the room. She doesn't respond to her at the moment. She thinks about the things that her friends have all expressed wanting. But then she also thinks about how much they've all accomplished with each other. And how feasible some things are seeming now for her. What is it that you would wish for? She says after like 10 minutes of just pacing around quietly, taking like really long sips of wine in between.
I wish to be immortal.
But it'd just be a dick move if Wren was like, I wish to be immortal.
I know that's selfish. But I've been at the mercy of so many who could just take it away from me in an instant.
I think the things that Garrick has said about her go through her mind. The fact that Rowan hasn't picked up any bad vibes from this woman also goes through her mind. The way she just kind of like chatted a bit with Brielle about random things and wasted a bunch of sendings. She thinks about her like freedom and how she could probably just have it right now. And that's tempting. I wish for you to be immortal too.
You see her eyes light up. The gem on the ring emblazons with magical light, and you can see her levitate in front of you as light just begins pouring through her body. As this is happening, you do notice that there is a particular brightness under, like, coming from inside her mouth. And as she opens it up, you can see that there is the slightest bit of what looks to be writing on the inside of her lip. It fizzles away into nothing. And as she returns to her feet,
Are you okay, for one?
I'm better than okay. I'm
Two,
free.
that is what I was going to ask. Sylra and I had heard a story that was interesting about a young girl.
Yeah,
That was you.
it was. And the story only gets worse from there. So I need to apologize to you right now. I have been reporting on everything you four have been doing to the Swindells. They were in control of the curse mark I was given.
One blade manifests in Wren's hand, and like in instant, it is out.
You understand that won't work on me now, right?
She did that before Wren, before she said that she was being controlled by the Swindells. I'm a bit on edge about them at the moment, and I've heard that they are watching me, and, well, I guess
They are.
now I know.
I was powerless to disobey them. I mean, I could have, but the curse mark would have killed me instantly. And your troublesome friend with the tattoo? I'd warn her as well. The Divergent Eye isn't a force for good in this world.
I did have my doubts, just in general, about their business. I think I will have that conversation, but I've given you something priceless, and it sounds like perhaps you could give me something that does have a bit of a price on it.
You are my dearest friend in this moment. What can I do?
She shows her the marking on her neck, kind of like wipes away the makeup on it. What do you know about a man named Sereth? Or a halfling named Friedrich? Or both, really.
Give me 2 weeks and I can take you directly to them.
You have a deal.
And anything else you want, my friend. I know that this is a betrayal in a sense, but
I understand what it's like to be controlled by people.
never again.
You perhaps were lucky that I was the one to be here. I have all of the context for it. Now, you are newly free and immortal, and I don't know how that affects your drinking abilities, but let's do some work on this wine, and then I shall perhaps leave you to someone who does want to spend the night in your bed.
She reaches over her chair and towards the open door into the gathering room, and a second or two goes by and a bottle comes into the room into her hand, and you can see it's something closer to the top shelf, and she goes, I have all of eternity to make up the funds this will cost me. Let's really enjoy ourselves.
Right, well, they get trashed then for a bit. And when she goes to pick up her wyvern, it's like in a state of, you sure you can walk home?
So we fade away from this scene, and I apologize for everyone who's been sitting here patiently.
It was good.
We come into Brielle's bedroom atop the deer and damsel.
That sounds so bad.
Damn it,
From in the
Greg.
hallway. Brielle, Sylra, you're in comfortable night clothing. What is this slumber party looking like? You're doing hair, makeup, what?
I think Sylra would be trying to ask Brielle what she wants her hair to look like, and then trying to teach her how to do it. And so it could be like a lot of like tugging and sort of squabbling like sisters.
Yeah. Just like, I don't know, like something that when I'm fighting, it's not my face, but something a little more feminine. And I know I probably have to brush it a lot more frequently than I do. But maybe a bow would be nice. Or can you teach me to do something fancy? Because I feel like we're gonna like end up in a fancy place when we go back home, and I don't know how to do fancy hair. Now I'm gonna have to wear a dress more often. But
She'll do some sort of like braided, like on the sides, make it look fancy, and then try to get her to do it also so she knows how.
it's awful, but she tries. And then she'll just like, I don't know, honestly, typical slumber party stuff. She's just gonna be like, so tell me what you like about Gerard. Maybe that'll make me like him more.
I feel like he pushes me in a way that only people who know my culture can, but in a positive way, if that makes sense. Not like my family who want to use me for my status or the power that I have, but because he seems to care.
And you can trust him?
Well, I mean, as much as I know him, I trust him, but of course there's my hesitancies, which I think everyone has that with people. I've traveled with you guys far more, and I feel like I can trust you more than I can trust him right now. But spending time with him, I will learn more if I can or not. And then that will help me make my decision down the road.
I guess I'm kind of jealous of you when you put it that way. That you get to spend time with the guy you like.
I'm sure that will happen to you soon. I
Well-
mean, one's becoming a wizard after all.
Yeah. They are building a tower that's going to hopefully lead to where my mom and dad live, but I don't know that I trust him to go there. I don't know that I trust my dad to trust him to go there.
I mean, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Parents and the opposite gender of their child. That's...
Yours would hate Gerard.
Oh, yeah, they would.
Yeah.
They would. Unless he fell back into line with his family, then they would adore him. But that's not going to happen.
Good.
And we don't want my parents to adore him. That's the last thing we want.
Yeah, your family sucks. I mean, sorry.
No, they do. They do. That's why
I really
you
need
guys...
to stop saying people you know suck. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I have to say, most of the people I know do suck. There's just
Wren's awful.
Nah, she's one of the good ones.
I
You
know.
guys are the
Yeah,
handful
that's straight
of
face.
good.
You're good too. Believe in yourself for that.
Thank you. You know, you have changed my opinion about myself over the short time we've known each other. And I appreciate your friendship.
I've appreciated you since the day I met you. You're the first one I met when I was here.
Yeah, that was fun. And then that horse ran by.
I was just gonna say, it was fine until the horse thing. That was so weird.
I mean, that was Rowan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't know if we ever got confirmation if it was him or not.
I hope so. I assume since you can be a dog now and an eagle, that had to have been him.
It had to.
Mm-hmm.
We'll ask him one day.
Speaking of asking, how does the book work? Can I just like think things and then it shows up as a message for you?
I believe I have to send you one first, and then you
Will
can
you
respond.
send me one?
Of course. How often do you want me to send you one?
Every day.
Okay. I will do that. And
Okay.
if you don't hear from me, then
You're dead.
or worry. But
Okay.
I'm not going straight to dead, because if I don't have my Book of Shadows on me, I wouldn't be able to respond. So
Okay.
something happens.
Is there a time that you would message me and then I would reply and you for some reason wouldn't be able to reply right away? Or can you reply late at a later time? Like if you're busy, like you'd message me and then like all of a sudden your boyfriend wants to kiss you and then you go and do stuff and I'm trying to message you. Like, how does that work?
Is there a time difference between Hardova and wherever they're going?
Yes.
How much of a time difference?
It depends on where on the continent they are at the time.
Darn.
Medios is the largest continent. It has nothing's like official. There's no like official time zones in this world, but like when the sun comes up in Hardova, it's already like past midday for most of that continent.
Okay. So she'll just say, I will send you a message in the morning, like a bird, making sure that its other bird friends knows it's still alive.
Good. I'm going to hold you to that.
Okay.
There's a light knock at the door.
I'll go answer it.
Yeah, you open it up, and Jurlie is there with a platter in her hand, and she just kind of shoves it towards Brielle.
What's this for?
Well, I saw you come in and both go up here, and I didn't want to interrupt, but it looked like you had some important girl talk going on, and so I just thought you might want some food. and if you want some stuff from before my adventuring days, and she just like holds out a bag full of like cosmetics.
Do you want to stay and help, Jurlie?
You don't want me in your way. I have
Why not?
work to do anyway.
I don't know how to do her complexion. It's very different.
Okay, I can probably spare a few minutes. And you can see she's really excited. She steps in and closes the door behind herself and gets out all her old makeup to show Brielle how to do it.
Yay.
And
Sylra will just like lean over and be like, "Thank you."
over the next couple hours, you kind of enjoy this moment together. And then, Sylra, you hear an unfamiliar voice in your head to break the meme. Lady Sylra, Master Gerard has requested your presence. He knows it is short notice. Things have grown urgent. How soon can we cast the spell to return you here?
She's just gonna like say out loud spell.
What?
And in her head, she's just gonna say anytime. And she'll look at Brielle and sort of just wait to see if they start something to give her a hug.
Brielle will hug her back, not knowing what's happening. What? Why the
Spell?
hug?
Is everything all right, girls?
You okay?
Yeah, just going to miss you.
I'm gonna miss you too, but we still got some time.
On the word time, Sylra disappears.
I'm not going to cry.
Yes, you are, because I'm gonna cry.
Jurlie looks surprised, but sort of bows her head a little bit and says, the feeling she was leaving. Are you okay? And extends her arms.
She'll go in for a hug with Jurlie.
I'm so glad
be
Jurlie
fine.
was there.
I know.
It would have been so dramatic.
And Sylra, you go from a hug with Brielle to the back room of the Great Goblin Tavern in Hardova. There are two mages chanting over a circle at the second that you arrive, and they stop. And they both look to Gerard, who is looking at you. I'm so sorry I called you here so suddenly, but I needed your help to be better. There is someone I captured, and I would like very much for you to be there when we question him.
Sylra's gonna sort of tumble her way over to him first and hug him because she wasn't done with the hug with Brielle, and like some tears are just gonna fall. I'd be like, just give me a moment, and
Of course.
then yes, we can do that.
He wraps his arms around you and he says, your friend's going to be okay.
Well, the other two weren't there. Brielle has someone right now. They'll be fine.
Are
It's a
you
new
going to be
start.
okay?
Eventually. And a couple more tears sort of trickle out.
He places his hand on the back of your head and he says, take your time. And on that note, we're going to call it a week, guys.
What a week.
What a week.
Yeah, what happened?
Who did they capture?
Well, when and if Sylra's up to returning, we'll find out, I guess. But I am here as your DM whenever you want to reach out and talk about what happened. So feel free to reach out as long as you keep it a secret until you return in person.